ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भूतभव्य भवत्प्रभो प्रशान्त साई भूतात्मा धर्मात्मा श्रीधन्वन्तरी अंश श्री सत्य साईने मम प्रार्थना। उत्तिष्ठ शोक संकट दुःख निवारण महाकृपा कटाक्ष पाहि मां पाहि मां पाहि। ओम भूत भव्य भवत्प्रभो प्रशांत साई भूतात्मा धर्मात्मा श्री धन्वंतरी अंश श्री सत्य साईने मम प्रार्थना। उत्तिष्ठ शोक संकट दुःख निवारण महाकृपा कटाक्ष पाहि मां पाहि मां पाहि। ओम भूत भव्य भवत्प्रभो प्रशांत साई भूतात्मा धर्मात्मा श्री धन्वंतरी अंश श्री सत्य साईने मम प्रार्थना। उत्तिष्ठ शोक संकट दुःख निवारण महाकृपा कटाक्ष पाहि मां पाहि मां पाहि। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। साईराम।
Sairam, Vinod, good evening to everyone. Is it audible? Vinod, is it audible?
Sairam uncle, yeah, audible.
Okay, because the change of instrument and that was causing some problem connecting to the iPad. Well, I'll continue. Okay, Sairam.
Okay, yeah, it's audible.
Okay, Sairam.
Sairam.
Good evening to everyone, all the devotees of Sai Sparshan, and welcome to this 51st online Satsang session. And today is a holy Guru Purnima day, and this Guru Purnima is such a wonderful event. And in this particular event, that we have the holy blessings of Sri Sathya Sai Baba and Shirdi Sai Baba and all the gurus and the Mahagurus. And today is Plavanama Samvatsara, Dakshinayana, Grishma Ruto, Ashada Masa, Purnima Shubhatito, Sri Srinivasa Riktayam. And today Sri Guru Purnima, and we attribute to the adoration of Sri Lord Venkateshwara of Tirupati, Tirumala, and Shanishwara Mahadevata, the Maruti, Hanuman, Anjaneya Swami, Navagraha, and Sakadeta Surapa Sri Bhagavan Sathya Sai Baba, Shri Sai Baba, Sri Dattatreya, Sri Dhanvantari, Sri Vedavyasa. We take the blessings of all the Gurus and the Mahagurus, and we start our today's session, and we will have one of the important things for today is Swami has been celebrating this Guru Purnima for a long period now, and this Guru Purnima has a lot of significance. And as it happened, Swami's initial kind of announcing to the world about his global avatar, his avatar declaration day on the 20th October 1940, itself he started with Manasa Bajare Guru Charanam Dustara Bhava Sagara Taranam, which means he attributed to the worship of the Gurus even from his very first kind of declaration itself. And therefore, it is that Manasa Bajare Guru Charanam Dustara Bhava Sagara Taranam, which means, a mind, oh mind, you just meditate on the feet of Sri Guru and the Sadguru. The Sadguru, the one who is capable of really taking you out of not only a small ocean or a river, but the Bhavasagara, this samsara, this entire big ocean of all our difficulties, all our problems, all our sorrows. And with this, the declaration started, and that's how we all know that Swami was born at the Kartika Somvara, 1926, November 23rd. And after that, whatever the Leelas in the younger age which Swami had done, and afterwards is the declaration as the Jagat Guru, because he said, now the Maya has left me, and he came out of his house and he declared about his being the Guru. And what actually is the important thing of this Guru is that the Guru, as we know, is the one who can lift others. Guru means what is weighty, what is heavy, and what is heavy can lift somebody else who is not that heavy, or who is light, or who needs help and support. And that's why Guru means something weighty, something heavy, something which could lift. And also, we know about the gravitational effect of the earth. That is Gurutva Akarshana, we call it as. That Akarshana Shakti. One is lifting, one is attracting, drawing people unto them, and to bless them. Because it is what very important about, unless you are able to lift the people, bring them to you, and then give them the support, succor, assistance, this is what he, the kind of transformation that he brings in. And about, we also know that today's topic is about significance of Sri Guru Purnima. Sri Guru Purnima, Guru is one who can lift everyone, and then not only lifts you and takes you to the particular place of the summit of spiritual, our existence and goal. That is Guri. Guri is the goal and target. And the person who can take you up to your Guri, what is the Guri? And most of us think that our being born, our being educated, doing some job and getting married, having children, having grandchildren, that is our so-called end of life, getting some pension and ending our life. But that is not the Guru. We are not at all actually reached our Guru, but we end our life. But Swami says the Guru is one who can help you, take you to attain that Guru and attain that kind of take you to the summit meeting, and at that summit level, he makes you to achieve your desired, necessary, and desirable goals. And therefore, that's what he does. And therefore, Swami has also classified several types and roles of various gurus, which we will touch upon shortly. And the different types of gurus are, one is called the Janma Guru. And the Janma Guru is the one person who has given the birth. Like the mother is the first Guru. And the mother gets the quality from the earth. Earth is the Prithvi. Prithvi is the part of the nature. And the nature is Prakriti. Prakriti is the one which is the first Guru, from which the Mother Earth gets that kind of quality of patience and bearance, that is forbearance. And that's how a mother bears a child, and she is a Janma Guru. And then Poshaka Guru. And the Poshaka Guru is one who supports and who helps and education and bringing up the child. And then is Vidya Guru. Vidya Guru is when they go to school, they go to college, then the teachers, the lecturers, professors, they all become Vidya Guru. And then there is called Kula Guru. And the person who does the family kind of pujas, family rites, and who gives samskaras. And also in the initial period, the Gurukula system, the Kula Guru used to give the initial education. And he used to also be responsible for conducting Upanayanam. Upanayanam is opening the third eye. Upa is going near to God by opening the third eye. The third eye is the eye of Dana. It is the eye of Dana, and that's why he is also not only Kula Guru, he is a kind of a Dana Guru. Then there is the Grihastha Guru, that means after their marriage, and actually the father-in-law who gives his daughter to the boy, or similarly for the girl, her father-in-law and mother-in-law, they become Grihastha Guru. And the mother-in-law and father-in-law, for both sides, they become the Grihastha Guru, and also the attached people, like their brothers, their sisters, their entire family, and they become what they call family Gurus. And then the Pati-Patni relationship, the wife and the husband relationship, that also becomes the next called the Pati-Patni relationship, and they become Guru to each other. That's how we saw yesterday in Tulsidas, last week, Tulsidas story, and also in the Purandaradasa, how the wife transformed the husband, and in some cases, the husband took the wife and others along with them to the spiritual path. And similarly, family, Guru, and the elders in the family. Many a time, there could be the elderly people who, that's why are respected, and through them, they become the Guru. They guide when something goes wrong. That's why in the family, elderly people, Swami always used to say, respect them. Even Shirdi Baba used to say, whichever house or whichever family you respect the elders, in that house, all kind of happiness will be there. And similarly, next is the what's called the Swashruta Guru, that means the father-in-law and other. And there is what is called the Kanya Guru. Again, the person who has given his daughter as the Kanya Guru. And the Kanya Dana also is done, and he is also Guru. And that's why Janaka Maharaja is the Guru for Sri Ramachandra, who married off his daughter Sita Devi. And that's why they are called Kanya Guru. And then there is what is called Vrutti Guru. Vrutti Guru is the Guru from your profession, who has given you Vrutti. And from Vrutti Guru, that means it could be your boss, it could be your colleague, it could be other people working in the organization. Sometimes they also guide. Because a lot of things we go on learning everywhere. There's the induction process, there's the training process, there's the molding process. All these things that we undergo is the Vrutti Guru. And then it should go to the Dharma Guru. The Dharma Guru is the one who puts you onto the spiritual path and guides you and supports you. And then after this Dharma, it should lead you to what is called the Gnana and the Gnana Guru. And the Gnana Guru is Gnana, Sugnana, Vignana. See, what we know, what we understand from colleges and universities is Vignanam. And from the Vignana, you should go to the Gnana and the Brahma Gnana. And that is knowing of the spiritual truth and the spiritual wisdom. And then from the Sugnana Guru, then person who can give you Sugnana Guru is the Sadguru. And the Sadguru is the one, Sat Guru, Sat Chittanam, Sat Chintanam. Now that's why with Sat Sang, it all comes as from thinking of always Sachidananda Swarupa Shri Parabrahma. That's why whether it is Satsang, whether it is Sadguru, the one who leads you to the ultimate Paramatma. And Nivrutti Guru. Nivrutti Guru is, see, Nivrutti is something like retirement. What is retirement? Retirement from life. Is it death is the retirement of life? Death is not the retirement of life. What is dead has to be born. What is born has to die. That's why Shankaracharya also proclaimed. But Nivrutti from the entire world of again being born, Nivrutti, that is the moksha, moha, kshaya. And that is what is possible only for ordinary gurus cannot take you until then. Each guru has a portfolio of management. The portfolio is somebody can take you to a particular destination. Somewhere you have to change the train, somewhere you have to change the bus, somewhere you have to change the vehicle, somewhere you have to change the navigation. Similarly, it is the Jagat Guru who can take you to the final path. And such Jagat Guru is also called Parama Guru, Deva Guru, Daiva Guru. And we are all blessed, the Sai devotees, that we can proudly proclaim that we are in the safest kind of hand of Sri Satya Sai Jagat Guru, the Shirdi Sai second avatar, and who himself, instead of leading you to several gurus, he said, I am there. Why do you want anybody else? No mediator. Swami said, I don't want any mediators. I am directly there. I have come to take you to the sublime peace, sublime level of your spiritual level. And he is sublime, supreme Guru. And he is Jagat Guru, Parama Guru, and Daiva Guru. And that's why today we are blessed to be celebrating the Guru Purnima in the memory and in the kind of celebration of all the Gurus. And Guru Vandanam. Guru Vandanam is one of the biggest thing you can do, because the minimum thing, because earlier days, after the so-called the Guru kind of Gurukulam practice and Gurukulam training, the Gurus used to ask for certain kind of fees. Like in college and school nowadays, the fees is collected before he becomes a disciple. But unlike that, in the Gurukulam and all that, the Guru used to ask for a fee only after he has completed everything and he has become perfect. And that too, many a time, if he wants to pay. And Gurus never used to ask or demand any side of Guru Dakshina. But it is necessary. The Dakshina, like Shirdi Baba, used to ask for Dakshina from some devotees and take it in order to get rid of them, of their obligation. That means in everything you do, there is what is called an obligation. There is what is called Runa. Therefore, in order to cleanse the devotees, cleanse the student from their kind of debt, or kind of that as a matter of gratitude, a token of gratitude, some Dakshina is to be given. And therefore, the only Dakshina all of us, as Sai devotees can give is, think of him, something doing good, and with his Marana, and with his prompting, and with his blessings. And that's why today, the Guru Purnima, we can all take a oath that yes, we will not serve from the path of the whatever Swami had laid the clear-cut path for all of us. And let us reach that, and then by reaching that, we can all reach the higher goals of spiritual bliss for which Swami wanted us to be taken. He said, many a time you come, have darshan, have interview, and have Padnamskar, and ask for some small thing, and be satisfied with it, and go away. And even sometimes forget Swami. But instead of that, go with him, continue with him, and be with him, and take his continued help, and finally have mergence with Swami. This is what the real kind of crux of the entire Purnima kind of work. And for Sai devotees, yes, since all of us have been privileged to have seen Swami, to have even conversed with Swami, to have had Pad Namaskar, and have had opportunity to talk to Swami, for to have great blessing, which even number of rishis in the past, in the Purana, could not get so easily. And therefore, this is what one of the things. The second is, we know the various other gurus. It starts with Sri Vedavyasa, who wrote the Mahabharata, who wrote the Bhagavata, and also who wrote Ashtadasha Purana. And for him, he could not get peace of mind until he wrote the Ashtadasha Purana and the Bhagavata finally. And therefore, Bhagavatakara, the best of the devotees, is the Bhagavatakara, and Sri Vedavyasa was giving the kind of Upanishad or Upadeshas to Janmejaya, and also similarly Shuka, the son of Sri Vedavyasa, had given this Bhagavatam to Sri Parikshit, and similarly Kosan, Sri Sage Valmiki wrote the Ramayana, and all these things happened in the Naimisharanya and the nearby neighboring places. And therefore, these are all called Gurukulam. And from there, all this emerged. And later, we have also heard of the various gurus. We are just naming them, and some of the stories of the, we will take it up in the future sessions. The Adi Guru Shankaracharya, Sri Adi Guru Shankaracharya, and Sri Madhavacharya, Sri Ramanujacharya. They are called the kind of Trimastacharyas, and belonging to all the three matas, and Dvaita, Advaita, and Vishishta Advaita. Similarly, Sri Basaveshwara, Jyoti Bhima Basaveshwara, the Basaveshwara, he himself was a kind of a great, a kind of Brahmin priest in the beginning, and afterwards he changed over and started a new culture, and again worshipping of Shiva. But at the same time, he wanted that there should be no difference between community to community and caste to caste. And therefore, he is the Basaveshwara. And similarly, we had Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh, we have heard, and we have also known of about Ramana Maharshi, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Sri Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, Mata Amritanandamayi, Pandit Sri Ravi Shankar, Sri Ravi Shankar, and various Swamijis of various mats, Sri Raghavendra Swami of Mantralayam, and also Sri various Dattatreya Matas and Dattatreya Pitas, Ganigapura, and all these Dattatreya Pitas, and Sri Narasimha, Jagadguru, all these things, and including in the other kind of religion, Muhammad Paigambar, Jesus Christ, Zoroastra, Buddha, Sri Mahavir, all these are Mahagurus and Sadgurus and the Paramagurus. And this is what's called Guru Shishya Parampara. Guru Shishya Parampara means, and that's why many of these, even today, Vedas are recited and not actually to be copied from a text or read or written. And the reason was the Guru is to teach by recitation, and the student or the teacher or the other devotees used to learn by hearing that, and the intonation and all that was found because of that. That is the Guru Shishya Parampara, and the Guru is to transform and all these devotees and students, and by transferring all his knowledge, because a Guru is one who should not be worried that he should not be emptying his knowledge. He is one who can empty all his knowledge, make his students and make his other people more knowledgeable than him. He is the real Guru. And therefore, that's what as the Guru Shishya Parampara. And then we are also today celebrating this Guru Purnima of Shirdi Sai Baba, who started this. Swami's first avatar. And Swami himself has said about Shirdi Sai. And what is not been told in Shirdi Sarita and various other stories of Swami and Sacharitas of Shirdi Sai, Baba, it has not been told until that age of 16 as to who he was, how he came to Shirdi. That's what it starts from. But here, Swami has told that Shirdi Sai Baba's avatara, how he took place and when he took place and all that. Swami says, Shirdi Sai Baba was born on 25th September 1835. 20th September 1835. That's how when Shirdi Sai Baba he was born, and then he had his Deha Tyaga and that Samadhi on 15th October 1918. And that's how it happened. and in Shirdi. And in between, the Shirdi Baba had lot of similar miracles. It happened when Shirdi Baba was born, and then his Swami's Shirdi Baba's mother was called Devagiri Amma, and father was Ganga Bhavadya. And then how he was born, and from the beginning, Shirdi Baba as a child used to even swallow the Shivlinga. Shivlinga when he was a boy playing with others, when they are playing with marbles. And Swami used to take the Saligrama itself and used to swallow it. And that's how it happened. And that's how it happened that it was going on. And it was a kind of Swami's initial period itself, all these things are happening. And hello. It was all happening. And about this was one such kind of incident. Shirdi Sai Baba had a lot of devotees, and Shirdi Sai Baba has spoken about this Guru Purnima in some of these Satsaritas, which we will just read for about 5 minutes, and then again switch on to Swami's discourses and Swami's teachings. Shirdi Sai Baba, in his various things, he has said, Tanu Manava, this is in Kannada, Tanu Manava ಯಂತ್ರಿಸಿ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಬೀಜವ ನೆಡು ಜ್ಞಾನ ವೃಕ್ಷವ ಬೆಳೆಸು ಸಾಯಿ ಗುರುವೆ. ನಾವು ಸುತ್ತಲಿನ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವುದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಮಾಯೆಯ ಆಟವೇ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅರಿವಿನ ದಾರಿ ತೋರಿ ಈ ಮಾಯೆಯನ್ನು ದಾಟಿಸಬಲ್ಲರು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸತ್ಯದ ಅರಿವು ಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನು ದಯಪಾಲಿಸೆಂದು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿರಡಿ ಸಾಯಿನಾಥರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬೇಡೋಣ. ಪರಿಕರಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಭಕ್ತಿ ಆದರ್ಶವಾದ ಪೂಜೆಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಗಳ ಪಾದವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದ ಬಾಷ್ಪಗಳೆಂಬ ಬಿಸಿ ನೀರಿನ ತೊಳೆಯೋಣ. ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಎಂಬ ಶ್ರೀ ಗಂಧವನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಲೇಪಿಸಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲವಾದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಎಂಬ ವಸ್ತ್ರದಿಂದ ಅವರನ್ನು ಅಲಂಕರಿಸಿ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಭಾವನೆಗಳೆಂಬ ಪುಷ್ಪಗಳು ದೃಢ ಮನಸ್ಸೆಂಬ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಪಿಸೋಣ. ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿರವನ್ನು ಅವರ ಚರಣಾರವಿಂದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೋಣ. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಹೇ ಗುರುದೇವ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸದಾ ಒಳಗೆ ತಿರುಗಿಸು. ನಮಗೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಅದರ ನಡುವಿನ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿರಿ. ತಮ್ಮ ತನು ಮನ ಧನಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಪಿಸಿ ನಾವು ಶರಣಾಗತರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ತನು ಮನಗಳನ್ನು ಹತೋಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತೆ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಿಸಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಎಂದು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸೋಣ. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ was very particular about telling about this Guru Purnima. And the Guru Purnima program was started there. And also, Shirdi Baba always used to say that whoever is Kulguru, whoever is the deity, family deity, you always worship them. That's why he was even telling some people who are going to Datta temple and coming, go to Dattatreya temple and then come. Similarly, Akkalkot Maharaj. Akkalkot Maharaj was also a kind of a Dattatreya, and Swami used to advise that whoever is devoted to them, they can even worship them and they can get the kind of same whatever blessing from Sri Shirdi Baba. And whoever used to come to Dwarka Mai, and we have seen that the Dhuni was being lit, and Dhuni, which was lit 120 years back, is still going on in Shirdi, in the Dwarka Mai today. And that from that Udi is to take it out and give it to everyone and bless everyone. And a lot of people were really they were able to get the good health and also remove their sorrows and get transformed. Whenever Sri Sai Baba also used to give lot of importance to this what's called satsang, and he used to say the Vishnu Sahasranama and the Durga Saptashati, Sri Bhagavad Gita and Sri Bhagavata, all these things used to give lot of importance, and used to say that whoever has got that little time and opportunity, they should see that they should read all these things as much time as possible. Because many a time reciting it once and saying that we have already done once is not enough. We should be going on doing it almost daily. Therefore, the Nitya Deva Darshanam, Nitya Deva Bhajanam and Smaranam, and that becomes the regular routine. And therefore, similarly, Swami Shirdi Baba used to say that whenever God wants to bless them and he comes with lot of these mahimas, and Shirdi Baba used to say, like our Sathya Sai Baba also, my devotee, wherever he is going to be there, and even if he is not sometimes willing to come to me, I will draw him like the sparrow, like the sparrow pulls the kind of its whatever these children playing with the sparrow will pull it by a string. Similarly, Swami used to say, I put the string of devotion or some attraction and draw him to me. It has happened many a time with Swami also. Without planning, yes, sometime would have gone to Parthi, would have gone to Whitefield and Adashram Swami. But much planning we do, we never ever would to go. Even if we went, we didn't have darshan. And therefore, Swami used to say, it is my will that I make people come to me or listen to my satsang or listen to the bhajan and go to any of the spiritual activity. It is his kind of will and desire, and that's what he can make. And that's what is importance of Sri Shirdi Baba's kind of Guru Purnima kind of discussion also. And Swami used to always say that always God is waiting for his devotee, for his devotees to come to him. And whenever they come, they used to even rush to him and to welcome them. Swami also used to do many a time. We are seeing, therefore, the Sai Satcharita, which is the 51 chapters, the Parayanam and Mahaparayanam is done by many devotees and is very holy, and a lot of people continue to do it almost daily even now. And it gives a lot of mental peace to everyone. And a few words about Guru Purnima celebration has been told by Swami himself. And Swami has given some kind of examples. And Swami says, like for today, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Paribrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama was starting from Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are the Gurus. And he has also given a new definition for that called as, they are called God. God as a generator, organizer, and kind of the generator and developer. And Swami gives the definition of each of these things. Brahma is the creator of good thoughts. Vishnu is the sustainer of good thoughts. And Shiva destroys evil. And Swami says the master Guru is Shiva, because in order to destroy the evil, a lot of thinking has to be done. And he says that Shiva is the kind of master teacher and the master Guru. And therefore, the God, the generator, creator, organizer, and destroyer. Therefore, it is the annihilator. Therefore, God has got that kind of trinity of that master Guru effect. And the master Guru is Shiva. And Swami also says the nature itself is a big kind of Guru for all of us. What is nature? The trees teach the lesson of sacrifice. Mountain is always steady. It never complains. It says, be rigid and steady and strong like a rock. And birds teach us the lesson of detachment. And Guru Purnima is an occasion for studying nature. And Swami has said, you watch the nature, be a student of nature. Then you become the student of nature, universe, and then you will become the student of a university. Therefore, nature is the biggest universe, and universe is the biggest university. And therefore, true Guru takes you along with him. Swami says, what is the true Guru? A Guru is one who takes you along with him, so that you and he are one. An ideal Guru will never keep you at what they call class 2 level, class 3 level, at a distance and at a different level. And you be inferior to me, I am superior to you. You be inferior to me. In our, the Guru says. And Swami used to say, never walk in front of me, because you may miss me. Never walk behind me, I may leave you, and you may not follow me. Walk beside me, along with me, and you be with me. This is what the Guru's role. You be with me, says Bhagavan. And that is the quality of a true Guru. And that's why in some bhajan, the song says, Bhajore Bhai Sairam, you are my beloved brother. And Bhakta Saka Bhagavan, you are my friend. And we keep on saying, you are God, you are God. You be there, I will be here, we remain here, and God will be in a different place. Therefore, God is not to be feared. God is not there to frighten us. He is not anybody else to frighten, and he is the person to be loved because he is the love incarnation, and we should also become incarnation of love. And because a true master not only trains you and guides you, but also makes you as great as he is, or sometimes greater than him, and he makes you your equal. And Guru shines with 16 vibrant aspects. And that's why Purnima, the Purnima, why it's called Guru Purnima? Purnima day, the full moon, the Chandra, the moon god, shines with the fullest kind of blossoming and illumination. And what is full moon? Full moon is the day when the moon shines with all its 16 aspects or kalas, Shodasha kalas. The moon has 16 aspects. Guru Purnima means the Guru shines like the moon with all 16 aspects to teach us to give up the 16 dark aspects of us. We acquire 16 splendor, radiant, vibrant aspects to help us give 16 dirty aspects which are within every one of us to get rid of it. Guru Purnima asks us to get rid of the bad quality and shine with the good quality. What are the 16 dark aspects? The dark aspects that we have got 16. Swami says the arrogance, and that I am a Brahmin, I am a Kshatriya, arrogance of birth. Arrogance can be based on physical strength. I am strong, I am physically very strong. Arrogance may be due to wealth, and I am very rich compared to others. Also, Swami says, first thing on Guru Purnima day is leave your arrogance, shed your arrogance. Then give up 6 weaknesses: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. Lust, anger, greed, desire, arrogance, and envy. 6 weaknesses. So, this 8 plus 16, Swami says 14, and 2 more to be given, and the tamasic quality and the rajasic quality. And they are also, with that, the 16, the bad qualities had to be actually drowned. And today's Swamam of Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima day, we should not only just listen to some bhajan or do some satsang. Along with it, we should also take a oath that we will shed off all the 16 bad qualities and try to become going to God, going nearby to God, and go with God and go with Swami. And the Swami says, finally, in the end, you become, another 5 minutes we are closing, and Swami finally says, you are a guru to yourself. You don't have to be a student all through your life. Many a student who study in Satsai institution later become lecturers and today professors and even principals in Satsai University itself. That's why he says you have to become a guru yourself. You don't have to look for guru outside all the time. You are a guru to yourself. And I am a guru to myself. There is no real guru for me. And that's what Swami says. I am the Gayatri. I am the Savitri. I am the Saraswati. And he says all the trinities of education are there in a guru. And the role of guru is to teach you about divinity, finally to take you to divine order. And orderliness, orderliness is the basic quality of a spiritual seeker. And the ordinariness is to become ordinary. Don't become extraordinary. Don't wish to become extraordinary. And our conscience is our guru. Make your conscience become your guru. And true guru speaks of the formless aspect of God, and you should become that. And therefore, the God is a kind of a witness. And Swami says, there is one guru who is available to us. There is one guru who is available to us totally 24/7, free of cost, unlike the other guru who may charge you some fees. The only one guru by the name of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, completely free, darshan free, conversation free, bhajan free, admission to Kulwant Hall free, admission to education institution free, admission to hospital free, his smile is free, nothing is costly, nothing is expensive. That's why Guru Purnima wants us to know the prompter within the master within us. The form of conscience is the true master, the true guru, who teaches us the formless, attributelessness of the divinity. And lastly, Swami says 2 more things. There are 8 types of gurus. And Swami says the first guru is the Bharan Guru, and the guru from whom you are Bharan, your life has started. Second guru is the Veda Guru. Third guru is the one who gives you some kind of what's called Nishiddha Guru. That means says, don't do this, don't do that, do this. Proscribing and prescribing. And also Swami says about Hanuman and how he was able to become a kind of a servant of Rama, at the same time was able to teach these Yoga Shastra to others, and for various guru who will take you, giving you what you desire. They are called Kamya Gurus. And but Kamya Gurus can take you only to a level of giving you some siddhis. And siddhis will sometimes alter you, change your kind of attitude, and you may become rich or you may possess something, but you won't be able to go further. And therefore, don't stop at that. And then the people who don't limit yourself, and sometimes because of circumstances, there are gurus who become a part of you. That's the Karana Guru. And then there are what's called Vihita Guru. And Vihita Guru is who removes our doubts by lot of this, what we call the Sandarshanas and other things. And Swami, even in his interviews, is to clear the doubts. And therefore, there are a number of such kind of occasions where they advise, the gurus advise what to do, how to do, clear the doubts of the devotees and the students. And the Karana Guru, and then after the Karana Guru, Swami said, after all these things, you will get Parama Pavana Guru. And this is on Guru Purnima Day. People make offerings to their gurus. Most people give drafts, some cash, dollars, or pounds. But Swami says, what is the offering shall we give to Baba on the Guru Purnima Day? And Swami says, in the last few words, Swami says, let me offer to you. That's what our offering should be. Swami has said, Swami, let me offer to you as a kind of a token of sacrifice, this body identification. I identify myself with this body. Let me offer this body to you so that I no longer have identification as myself with A by ABC, my name, and whatever my name or gender and my whatever place, region, religion, all these things I leave it. And I say, the entire body, without any fixation, without any identification, I give this body to you, Swami. My offering, and also is mine, along with my body. I also offer my mind. Let me offer you mind. Let me offer you my body by serving. Serving is an activity that is an offering. My body will be busy in service, and this is an offering I make to you. I offer my mind, so that I will think only of you. Otherwise, if I am not able to offer my mind, I will not be able to think of you always. I offer my intellect to you, so that I should not think I am intelligent enough to even analyze God, analyze you, and analyze others, so that it will discriminate between right and wrong, between good and bad, so that it will determine the right direction, etc. And Swami, for me, there is nothing else left. I offer me myself as sacrifice and separateness, so that I want my separateness so that I may feel that I am one with you. I don't want that, the separateness. I want to remain with you. I am always with you, and I am with you. You and me, we are one. Make us understand this. And that's our prayer, Swami, and make it possible on the Guru Purnima Day as we approach and finish the Guru Purnima today. The greatest gift that all of us have, the unique gift that all of us have, the highest boon that we have all, and that enjoy today is that our God is also Guru. And the Guru Bhagavan Tat Sai Baba has come to take us with him and also take us with him. He guides us, teaches us, he leads us to himself. Sai Ram, and this is the kind of today's Guru Purnima's Sandesha of Swami, and today's thing we are closing the satsang session with a bhajan. Sai Ram. Good luck to all of you. Happy Guru Purnima Day. Thank you. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Shirdi Mahadeva, Deva, Shirdi Mahadeva, Shirdi Mahadeva, Deva, Shirdi Mahadeva, Shanti Prema Sadgurunatha, Shirdi Puri Vasa, Shirdi ke Sainath Sadgurunatha, Parti ke Sainath Sadgurudeva, Shirdi ke Sainath Sadgurunatha, Parti ke Sainath Sadgurudeva, Gurudev, 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 शिरडी महादेवा देवा शिरडी महादेवा शांति प्रेम सद्गुरु नाथा शिरडीपुरी देवा शिरडीपुरी वासा शिरडी के साईनाथ सद्गुरु नाथा परती के साईनाथ सद्गुरु देवा शिरडी के साईनाथ सद्गुरु नाथा परती के साईनाथ सद्गुरु देवा गुरुदेव 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 शिरडी महादेवा देवा शिरडी महादेवा Saira.
Sai Ram, and thanks to all of you. And let us seek blessings of Swami on this holy Guru Purnima day. And thanks to all of you. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, uncle. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram.